It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got the two teams who met in Super Bowl 47. It's the Ravens and the 49ers on Monday night.
Now from the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, this is EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. Thanks for having us in to kick off a new year. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, you lived this as a player. It's so exciting for us as fans, but now after that long off season to get your body ready and your team ready and your game ready, finally show everybody what it's all about. Week 1 of the season has arrived.
Yeah, and at this stage in the process, Mike, you're exactly right. All you want is for this ball to be kicked off. You're tired of practicing. You're tired of the off-season workouts. You're tired of the preparation for what feels like an entire year to play one game. And now you lace them up.
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. Now return coming from the 7th. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
Mike, as I think back to opening day over my years of playing in the NFL, it didn't matter if I was a rookie or going into my 14th season. I think every player goes into that game with just a little bit of extra nerves, thinking, all right, new season, new opportunity. Can I still do this at a high level? And, man, you get through that first game, and it feels like you can finally take a deep breath and let the season unfold. There's going to be a lot of nerves in this one here today, but the team that settles down the fastest and just gets back to playing ball, they're going to have a big advantage coming away with a big win today.
And nothing doing on that run. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. We have an early 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's complete to Watkins. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Jackson now to throw on 1st down. Yeah!
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Now Jackson. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down. Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
On third down, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. The Ravens turn things over to their field goal unit. Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. And the Ravens will take a 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
The 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. Led out by the last pick of the draft in 2022. Iowa State's Brock Purdy at quarterback.
There's just something special about week one, isn't it, Mike? I mean, after months of anticipation, speculation, it finally hits you. The season has arrived. This is the first time where we're going to get to see a lot of the debuts of players on new teams, new coaches, rookies taking the field for the very first time in a meaningful game. The preseason is one thing, but it's an entirely different level of excitement once opening weekend rolls around. I don't know about you, but I'm excited to see what's in store for us, that these games finally now matter.
A big-time play for the Niners. It covers 51 yards. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now Purdy. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
3rd and a yard. Needing a yard, they throw with Purdy. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
And he's going to have a Niners first down, and he'll get it by plenty. It's a gain of 8 on 4th and 1.
Little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew what was coming and still couldn't stop.
Oh, he feels the pressure, and he'll go down back at the 6.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field. Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have...
Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Kyle Shanahan now will turn to his field goal unit. This just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
Field goals for both sides on their opening possessions. 3-3 as this one's kicked away. This one taken at the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense ready now for their second drive. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. Watkins motioning over. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Jackson. He'll tuck it and take off. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Watkins motioning over. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. To throw is Jackson. Quick hitting slant there. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. To the air one more time with Jackson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. In motion comes Andrews. Again, it's Jackson. He's got his tight end. It's Andrews. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Watkins motioning over. Jackson on 3rd and 2. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a 1st down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down. They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Jackson up top again. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
There's a short one caught by Andrews. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? They'll try and run for it.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
And he'll plunge forward to the 2. setting up second and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. That one only good for a gain of 1 to the 2 to set up third and goal. So quarter one in the books. The opening Monday nighter of this new season. All even on the scoreboard. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. Once more from the 2. Third and goal. They'll run. And he's going nowhere on this one. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it is 4th and goal.
That third down stop, Mike, now changes the entire approach of this offense. You're thinking to yourself, all right, it's third down. Let's run it on up in there. If we don't score, we still have 4th down in our back pocket. But now the defense takes you back for a loss. So what do you do now?
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Ravens will take a 6-3 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The Niners offense ready to take over for their second possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Purdy. Quick throw, taken in, and they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 34-yard line.
To throw, Purdy. Quickly to the outside and complete.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. Really,
I fumbled the football, and the defense has it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay. So you might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. They'll start this on the ground with Brooks. And he's going to have a 1st down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Purdy now on 2nd down. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. Purdy gonna put it up again. That's into the hands of Jonathan Brooks. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. The Niners send their field goal unit on the field. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the 49ers will tie the game at 6.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Now Watkins on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short game.
Jackson gonna keep it himself. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line. Here's 3rd and 7. Jackson now. He'll go underneath here. The running back out of the backfield.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Niners offense getting set to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. A run with Brooks to begin this drive. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Play action now. Purdy. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On 2nd down, it's Brooks. And he'll get 4 on this one. Down inside the 40-yard line now. 3rd and long. Shotgun snap to Purdy. Thrown left side, the catch is made. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down. Now Purdy. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. It's a pickup of 14, and the decision to go for it pays off. So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. He's got it at the 3. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. They'll send a tight end in motion. They'll run with Brooks. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Jonathan Brooks. Touchdown, San Francisco. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now Watkins on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll be looking to answer back. They trail 13-6 and start this one with 1st and 10. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
He's going to run it. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
The defense is going to have to come up with a plan for this quarterback using his legs, Mike, or it's going to be a long day. They knew coming in he was a threat, but I'm not sure they thought he would be this effective this early.
Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Jackson. He'll get this out wide.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Niners offense and running back Jonathan Brooks coming out for their next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They put a receiver in motion to the left. Here comes the jet sweep. And that one shut down right away. Good pressure on the backside. The defense stops him for no gain. Now a 3rd and 2. Two minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back with more on this opening week after this. Here's 3rd and 2. They need 2. Here's Purdy. That's caught. Left side. It's complete.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Slot man in motion right. 1st and 10 for Purdy. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
To throw once more, it's Purdy. Quick throw here is complete. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Back to the air again is Purdy. Quick throw, taken in, and he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. Slot man in motion left. Here's Purdy again. That's caught. It's Brooks out of the backfield. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. Timeout 49ers. That is their 2nd. As they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. One of the tight ends motions right. 3rd and short. Purdy. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal. The Niners will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is 1st and goal. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Again in the air for Purdy. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. 2 incomplete passes now lead to this 3rd down and goal. They'll throw again with Purdy. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the 2nd phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. A 1st down throw for Jackson. He'll air this one out for Watkins. And that is caught. Well, he stayed in bounds. A terrific catch. So we've reached halftime here in our first Monday Nighter of the new year. As we get you to Orlando. Say hello to my old pal, Jonathan Coachman, with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. And welcome in everyone. This is the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get you caught up on what's going on around the National Football League. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And it was the visiting Dolphins who were able to get the victory. The Dolphins, with the best possible start to their season, a road victory in the opener. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they fall in that one to the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Anthony Richardson, 2 touchdown passes, as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. In the first half, it was Jonathan Brooks who had it working. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Now return coming from the 7. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. 49ers offense. And their running back set to go once more. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with first down. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Purdy works out of the pistol. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. So they come to the line for first down and 10. A run with Brooks. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here comes 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Purdy. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set of downs.
And here's a great example of why the pass rush on 3rd down, that it's critical it gets home. In this case, they're not able to get to the quarterback. He has extra time to not only escape the pocket, but to turn into a runner and pick up first down.
He's able to get away for one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. He does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. To throw, it's Purdy. And that is incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And this is as good as you can possibly get. It's out of bounds, and it's marked right at the 1-yard line. Well done. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll stick with him again. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
At this point in the game, Mike, we just haven't seen a lot of fire out of this offense. Here's another run, simple handoff, no gain.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. Ravens bring their punt team out as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The 49ers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to the air is Purdy. He'll look underneath here for Brooks. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. Putting the tight end in motion. Purdy now on 3rd and 2. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down.
3rd down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback. And even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal. On the bootleg, it's Purdy. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
That's hauled in at the 2. And he's so close to the goal line. Couldn't get that ball extended. They keep him out, and it sets up 3rd and goal. And he is not going to get in. They make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up 4th and goal.
They get away from their running back down here near the goal line, Mike. They change it up. They give the ball to their wide receiver. He gets stuffed. Not a lot of space to operate down here.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. His kick will split the uprights. It's good. And the Niners add on to their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Ravens offense ready to take over possession of the football. And they are still searching for that first touchdown of the game. Greg, this defense that they're going against has been like a brick wall.
And especially this front 7. And listen, Mike, we all know this is a passing league. But what you want to do is you want to at least be unpredictable on offense, meaning you want to be in what they call 50-50 downs. I got an equal opportunity to both run or pass based on the down and distance. When you have nothing to show for on 1st and 2nd down on the ground, you find yourself in must-pass scenarios, and you're playing right into the hands of the defense.
They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Watkins motioning over. Still going. And they will finally run him down.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 32. And the Ravens first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. They'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. Well, it's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Baltimore. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Now the try here for the point after. His kick is good. And the Ravens are back within 6.
19. Ravens 13.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's the San Francisco offense ready to take possession of the ball once more. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. On the ground, they go with Brooks. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Another try with Brooks. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Out of the gun. It's Purdy. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And it looks like he's going to have a 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Out of man, left side. It's caught. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Purdy on 1st down. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. Throwing again is Purdy. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, 49ers. Spaces down there, things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
And that is not going to work out as planned. Maybe a tough spot to try to run a play like that. Either way, it's blown up back behind the line of scrimmage. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now Watkins on the return. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson getting set to take over once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. On 1st and 10, Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll motion a tight end right. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. And he's got it. That'll move the chains. 1st down at the 47.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Watkins motioning over. He's trying to get around the corner, but he can't. He's going to be run down behind the line.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 45-yard line.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Checking it down, this one is caught.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
3rd and short, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on down. The Niners offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. And this has been the start of the season you hope for. You held serve at home, have the lead here in the 4th quarter, and now it's all about bleeding down that clock. And a short pickup here, brought down just shy of midfield. 2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Shotgun snap to Purdy. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a first down. Here's Purdy. Downfield, and it's caught by Ayuk. And he's into the end zone. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown, San Francisco. This has got to feel good, Greg. You open at home, and a great performance with one more touchdown added on top.
Not many better ways, Mike, than to create some excitement amongst your fan base than to have a great home opener. Every team works all off-season. They stress it during training camp. Let's get off to a great start, and then all of a sudden you're able to do it in front of your home crowd. And this has been a really impressive performance.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's Jackson. Right back to Andrews. He's got another one. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Watkins motioning over. On 3rd and 1, here's Jackson. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. Again, it's Jackson. There's that man again. Another catch. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Off he goes. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. One of his teammates is there to pick it up. It picks up 25 yards and gives them a golden opportunity. It's 1st and goal. Now Jackson, this a designed run. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the play, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Here now, 2nd down and goal. Jackson going to keep this one himself. And he will do it himself. He's in. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So here's Brock Purdy and this 49ers offense heading back onto the field. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Purdy now, he'll throw on first down. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On the ground, it's Brooks. And he'll have a first down as he gets this up close to the 40-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. On 2nd down, Purdy. Over the middle to Ayuk, complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. Open man, right side, he's got it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll throw again with Purdy. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the 4th quarter, and that's a gift. And that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense. He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
A give inside, it's Brooks. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Purdy. To the right side here, pass is caught. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. The Niners send their field goal unit on the field. This will be a 46-yard attempt. That one is good. And the 49ers will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Ravens offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. This one complete to Watkins. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the gun, Jackson. He keeps it himself. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage. But that's all he can get out of that one. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down. Now, Jackson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush, and it will lead to a turnover on downs.
So the key to this 4th down stop defensively was their ability to flush the quarterback out of the pocket. Anytime you can do that, you shrink the field, you limit the quarterback's options, and in this case, he can't find anyone, and ultimately, he goes down for a huge 4th down stop.
The Niners offense about ready to take over once more. As we look back at some of the highlights in this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season. At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
On the handoff, this is Brooks. He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play. Early indications of a hold. Carry now for Brooks. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. On 3rd down, here's Brooks. And we'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. 1:57 to go in the game. His kick is good. And the Niners will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They'll do so with 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. A 1st down throw for Jackson. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Off the play fake, Jackson. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. 3rd and 6. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. To the air one more time with Jackson. And he's going to go down. The pressure once again too much. And that should wrap this one up.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The 49ers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll start in the red zone already. This drive beginning at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. A tight end in motion now. On 1st and 10, here's Brooks. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
We'll go once more with Brooks. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Give it up the middle to Brooks. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So the faithful here at Levi's Stadium are rewarded. It's a win for the 49ers. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.